Hello and welcome to this assignment walkthrough video for the DHIS2 curriculum developed by Logical Outcomes. My name is Nicholas Santillo, and in this video, Sarah Godden will go through some problem solving with the Event Tracker app.
Hi, Sarah here with Logical Outcomes. So I've installed Genymotion on my computer, which means I can test different DHIS2 apps. I've downloaded the Event Capture app. I ended up choosing this version, 2.22, that matches my version of DHIS2, which is 2.22. So let's take a look. I'm going to click to open my phone. I'm going to open the app. Now I'm going to test with a user who has data entry permissions, so not a super user or an administrator, someone with very limited permissions. I'm going to put in the URL of the instance, and this is my test person's account. Now, if you can't log in, you can't get past the screen, it means that either your username or your password doesn't work. It doesn't mean that the app doesn't work. So if you can't log in, it's a user issue. If your app is crashing right away, it means that your app is either too high functioning for the version of DHIS2 that you're running, or it's just not a match. So there's many other versions of the app that you can try. And this is why we use the Android emulator to test, because it's much quicker to test on your computer than on the phone itself. So now that I'm here, I'm into Event Capture, let's do a quick demo. First, you would want to pick the org unit where you're entering data. So I want to do this in Toronto schools. So I've set up my data entry user to have access to only some Toronto schools. If your organizational unit list is empty, it means the user that you're testing with doesn't have the right permissions. So you can simply go to your DHIS2, visit the user, and take a look at the permissions they have. In this case, you want to make sure that there's only one level selected here. So I couldn't pick this one, and that. That would confuse the app. So for a data entry person, be very specific. What form are they using or forms? Where are the forms assigned to? And only pick one level. What I could do is pick, say if there were more regions here, I could pick them as long as they're all falling under the same parent. So in this case, from my Sarah test, I've assigned them to a number of Toronto schools. So let's get back into the Event Capture app. I'll click one. I've only created one program to work with this form, and we have to enter an event. So first I'll pick the report date. Today is fine. There's only two questions here. What's the purpose of this visit? So let's say the student was preparing for college, and how old is the student? Let's say they're 17. Now if you notice, there really isn't anything to do here except for complete the event. Once I do, I can use this arrow to go back to the main screen. Now this is telling me that something's a little buggy because the details of my event aren't showing up. This is the event I just entered, as you'll notice because it appeared, and it is offline until it syncs. So how the app is going to work is you're going to log in while you're online. You're going to go do your data entry offline, and then when you come back into a Wi-Fi zone, every hour the app should sync automatically, or you can visit settings and synchronize with the server. So when we do this, we should see all of our individual records have a green check mark beside. So we can go back now using our phone button, and we can see they're both sent. Now I might want to test a different version because not seeing the details here tells me that something's incompatible. Let's just do another quick event for testing's sake. So we can go back a week, pick a different option, and right away, after you complete and you sync up your data, you can go into DHIS2 and check. So as you see, the Event Capture app is very simple, very basic, and we've already addressed some of the common problems here. Logins, crashing, not seeing the org unit. If you don't see a program name here, that also means that perhaps the user just doesn't have access to the program. So that's where a system administrator can come into DHIS2 and make those changes. So thanks for joining. Next, we'll look at some of the different apps.
That's all for now. As always, you can get in touch with us at info@logicaloutcomes.net or on our YouTube channel, Logical Outcomes, or on github.com/logicaloutcomes. Thanks so much.